Fallout Season 2 marks a noticeable shift in how it treats its most controversial characters, and the change is both fascinating and slightly worrying. After closing the Buddy road trip arc in Episode 5, the story pivots in Episode 6 towards something more introspective, focusing less on survival and more on moral uncertainty. Instead of pushing its villains further into darkness, the series unexpectedly starts softening them. Lucy's confrontation with Hank is the clearest example of this shift. What should have been a decisive moment of justice turns into something far more ambiguous. Hank shows no resistance when Lucy threatens him, even submitting himself and calmly letting her take control. His confidence in her hesitation becomes his greatest weapon, and Lucy begins to doubt her own intentions. The moment with the feuding NCR and Legion soldiers reinforces his worldview, making Lucy question whether civilizing the wasteland to control might actually make sense. Instead of exposing Hank as a tyrant, the episode almost frames him as a grim realist. At the same time, Barb's backstory is recontextualized in a way that makes her far more sympathetic. The Vault Tech flashbacks once portrayed her as a cold corporate architect of the apocalypse, but Season 2 reframes her as someone acting under direct threat. The return of Wilzig reveals that her infamous suggestion to drop the bombs was not purely ideological, but driven by fear and coercion. Suddenly, one of the most chilling lines in the series feels tragic rather than monstrous. This narrative direction raises an important question. Why is Fallout choosing to redeem its most compelling antagonists? Part of the answer lies in the show's growing interest in moral complexity. Season 2 seems less concerned with clear heroes and villains, and more interested in how people justify horrific actions under pressure. By humanizing Hank and Barb, the series leans into the idea that systems, not individuals, are the real villains. However, this comes with a risk. Hank worked so well in Season 1 precisely because he embodied the hypocrisy of Vault Tech's ideology. Barb was terrifying because she represented corporate evil without excuses. Softening them too much threatens to dilute what made them effective in the first place. Lucy's wavering also feels dangerous for her character, as it risks undoing her growth and turning her back into a naive idealist she spent an entire season trying to escape. Fallout Season 2's villain redemption arc isn't necessarily wrong, but it's walking a fine line. Humanizing antagonists can add depth, yet if taken too far, it can rob the story of its sharpest edge. The show's greatest strength has always been its brutal honesty about power, greed, and control. If those themes get buried under sympathy and justification, Fallout risks losing the very bite that made it so compelling.